Hey, welcome to the Original Brew Collective podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening to us. However you are listening or watching, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time with us, just so you know, what we do on this podcast is we review a different beer from sometimes the same brewery, oftentimes a different brewery. And while we're drinking, smelling, tasting that beer,
we do everything we can to that beer.
Yes, we do. Color, look at it, everything. Anything you can think of. And so, that's not true. We do the main things with it. And while we're reviewing it, we talk about a variety of topics that we call our brewery talk. And today is no different. So what are we talking about today, Robert? It's okay. What are we drinking today? I'm so excited about this beer that we're having today.
I'm crying. We do an appropriate amount of things.
Yes, it's very... No, it's appropriate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I thought that was funny that it probably was. So today we're actually featuring the first time we've ever featured Smog City on this podcast. So we're excited about that. This particular beer is called Infinite Wishes. It is a bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout coming in at 14.2 ABV. It was aged for 1 year, so 12 months in bourbon barrel-aged.
Nice. When they...
Barrels.
Yeah.
in bourbon barrels, yeah.
Yeah. Is it a new release?
It's a limited release.
Yeah.
I think this was bottled back in January 2019. After, like I said, being in the barrels for a year. And so, if you're not familiar with Smog City, they're located in Torrance, California. It was founded by Jonathan and Lori Porter back in 2011. 2013 is when they actually opened their own facility, and they've just been brewing great beers ever since. I've been there once. Awesome beers. Knew I had to come home with something, so I picked up this bottle. Thought it would be a great one to review on our show. So I think I'm going to crack it open. Ben, for those of you who aren't watching with us on YouTube but are listening, Ben will kind of give you the rundown on what the bottle looks like and while I open and pour.
Yeah, this bottle is really cool. It has a white wax tip on the top of it, and then the label itself is, I would say it's like a matte ruby red, and for some reason the font and the writing, it says Smog City and then the beer name Infinite Wishes, and then it has that it's a bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout, but it really looks kind of Harry Potter-esque to me, and so it's kind of that font, and the font itself is gold, and then on the back of the bottle, there in the corner, there's a dandelion, and yeah, it's really cool. I really like the bottle art on it.
It is a attractive bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice when they have the wax dip bottles.
Definitely.
So, I'm just going to give you the bottle and out your glass. I'll keep both of these. Today we're going to be drinking out of Teku's. We typically do drink out of Teku's, but we try to respect proper glassware.
For sure.
But Teku's are just great tasting glasses, and we have two of them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have two of every, we don't have two Speed Laos. Actually, we do have two Speed Laos. We don't have two...
We have two snifters too, right?
I think, but we have one snifter of that size.
Yeah, but don't you have...
Point being,
we
typically will drink it out of the Teku.
I think you have like a brewery snifter.
Yeah, I have a small snifter.
Yeah.
I have one of 100 made from Moxa.
Dude, that's awesome.
So I was there on opening day and in a proper spot in line to be able to buy one. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, I just said it earlier. I got ahead of myself. I'm really excited. Let's look at. I'm looking at the color of this one. Nice head. Leaves a nice lacing when you swirl around the glass.
Yeah, and I feel like with the head, kind of it resembles a lot of Imperial Stouts, at least color of head, but it's kind of like a khaki color on the head.
Yeah, a khaki colored head and lacing, and then this is black.
Yeah.
This is a really dark.
I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's pitch black, but it is, I mean, it might be.
That is. If you tilt it right in the glass, that is black.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe it had a coffee tone to it a little bit, but when you, in the certain lighting, if you twist it right,
black.
That's black.
It's black.
Real black. Let's see what we get on the nose. Wow, you get really... beautiful notes of that bourbon barrel.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You get the oak.
The oak
on the barrel
oak and the bourbon notes. This is it smells incredible.
I would say too, I am getting a little bit of I want to say like berry, like dark berries, maybe very subtle, like a blackberry, blueberry.
I'm getting like maybe like slight vanilla sweetness for my sweet notes on this.
For the most part, though, I'm getting a lot of that oak.
Yeah.
That barrel.
Absolutely.
For sure.
You want to see what it tastes like?
Yeah, definitely.
This is good.
Wow.
It's like, the mouthfeel's not super heavy. I mean, it's heavy. It's a heavy mouthfeel. Like, it coats my mouth.
I would say it's kind of like I would say it's like a medium heavy. It's not heavy to me, at least.
No,
I would say medium heavy, and it is pretty creamy though.
Yeah, that's why I would put it into just into the heavy category.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like super chewy heavy, but it is. I think it's heavy.
On the taste, the nose kind of matches it for me right now. I'm getting a lot of that oak flavor to it.
Yeah, absolutely. The oak, the bourbon, like we were getting on the nose. That's what I'm getting. Ton of bourbon. Also a lot of notes of lingering chocolate.
Yeah.
On this,
I would say for the chocolate, it would be kind of like a dark chocolate. You know, kind of like a not super bitter, but kind of hinting at bitter dark chocolate.
Also a little bit of caramel on the tail end.
Yeah.
Right? This is good. This is a good beer. You could tell it isn't hiding too much that it's a little over 14%, 14.2 ABV.
Yeah, 14.2.
Yeah, I mean you could tell, but it's also like a lot of the bourbon flavor makes it seem like it's going to be a higher content for sure.
You know, on that last sip, I'm on the aroma. Weirdly, I got coffee.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even trying to smell it. Like I was just trying to drink it, but I got a little bit of coffee on that last one too. So kind of picking that up a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's definitely there. I feel like I'm just gonna say it. I think this one's gonna because there's sometimes we always talk about beers opening up and sometimes they don't. I feel like this one's going to.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that it will.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a little bit more complexity. I mean, it's already pretty complex, like I said.
It's very complex. There's a lot going on. Are you getting that sweetness that you were smelling, that vanilla at all, or is it kind of?
No, I think that the burn, the slight burn that I'm getting is kind of like a little and the bourbon flavor is a little overpowering for the sweetness. I think that could change when it opens up, like you were saying. But I mean, it is complex right now. I'm getting the oak, the bourbon, the chocolate, a little bit of caramel on the back end.
Yeah.
And this is a really good beer. I'm excited to see what happens as it opens up, to see what else.
Yeah, I do, like, as it lingers even more so, I definitely like the dark chocolate for me is there a lot. And I don't know, like a lot of beers I don't really get that note, the dark chocolate, so I like it.
Like a nice decadent dark chocolate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's really different. This is different than a lot of
this is very good. I mean,
bourbon barrel aged stouts I've had.
I think this absolutely showcases their ability to make solid beers, not only just solid beers, but this a really good stout.
Especially, and if you because I used to drink more whiskey than I do now. I don't drink a whole lot, really. I haven't for a while, but I used to really like a good whiskey and bourbon, and I feel like whiskey drinkers would probably really
appreciate this.
Yeah, because if you like whiskey and beer, because it's okay to like both. Like this would be like really good for that. If you're like, I can't decide if I want to drink a whiskey or a beer, but yeah, I don't think I can't compare this to any other beer I've ever had taste wise. It's really
I've had
good.
some, and I've probably had these beers with you, and I don't recall which ones, but I've had some that were aged in bourbon barrels, and I didn't get as much bourbon as I was expecting, anticipating.
I think there was one that we had that it was really good, but we were getting mostly like chocolate on it, and not
it was
that
very
bourbon.
mild on the bourbon, but that also comes down to what sort of barrels they're in, but also how long those were in the barrels is a huge factor.
Yeah, we did age that beer too, and that might have had something to do with it, but this one has been aged as well, so
yeah.
Man, I like this one a lot.
It's a really good beer.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a bourbon last night.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Played some dice with some friends and.
So are you kind of getting that hint? Like not. Yeah, you were saying you're getting bourbon, right?
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely took on the barrels that it was within.
That's cool that you had the bourbon last night, because you don't drink bourbon that often, right?
No.
Yeah.
I went through a phase where I was like, this is like I started to really appreciate like whiskey and bourbon. I really liked bourbon.
Yeah, like Fireball and stuff. I'm just kidding.
Good one.
Yeah.
Like I have a nice decanter too, and it hasn't been full for a while. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I poured Fireball in there and just like have guests over? You want some whiskey?
It's
Pour it down to my. I
delicious.
have these nice fancy like whiskey glasses too. This you guys got to try this one.
I feel like if you did that to someone who didn't really know a lot about, I mean, I'm not saying I know a lot about bourbon, but like, and you were pretending the whole time like
It's,
there
like,
was really
super
big,
expensive.
they would probably go along with it, maybe.
They probably would, just because they'd be like, this is bad. Like, there's no way. But they wouldn't want to say anything.
I
It'd be
know.
an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really good beer. We're excited to see how this opens up. What do we have for brewery talk today?
So for brewery talk today, we kind of saw the name of the beer, Infinite Wishes, and we thought we could just talk about if we had, the classic. The classic. If you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
But no infinite wishes.
No infinite wishes. That stays for this beer.
Yeah.
But I do have I thought we should do it this way, because as you get older, right, there are certain things that you realize in the world that you wish you could change. Like, obviously, world hunger, a lot of like difficult issues that you'd want to change. But I think we should keep these wishes personal,
Okay.
like what you would wish for, not necessarily in childhood, but like it could be that like when you weren't older and like realized what's wrong with the world and all that kind of stuff, so we like the wishes are kind of selfish wishes.
Obviously,
in a
we
way.
want world peace.
Yeah,
but
exactly. No, exactly.
That's like the common.
Yeah, that's
like,
common.
Who wouldn't want that? So let's kind of just have fun, and this isn't a real situation.
Yeah.
So if we're just kind of winging it,
We're keeping it like, yeah, if it was
simple
selfish.
and, yeah, in a not a bad way, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you start
Okay.
because I want to hear what you went with.
Yeah.
I want to say real fast. Are you getting quite a bit of carbonation? Have you noticed that?
Let me
I
take
feel
another
like
sip.
I'm getting quite a bit of carbonation on this. And, like I wasn't sure, and like I wasn't thinking about it because I was like analyzing all the flavors and the notes. But like I got back to it. I was just swirling it around and took another sip, and quite a bit of carbonation.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not bad, but it is quite a noticeable amount of carbonation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely getting that too.
Yeah. So, what is your wish number 1? So first, maybe actually you should rub the bottle like a lamp.
My first wish. So I was thinking about this, and my first wish would be that for myself and my family, that every single meal was always prepared for us.
Ooh.
So you wake up in the
That's a good
morning.
one.
You wake up in the morning, breakfast is ready. I work close enough to my house where I can come back home from lunch. Lunch is ready. We get hungry at night, and dinner's just ready. Infinitely.
That is a good one.
Yeah, all of our meals, and then you wouldn't have to worry about going grocery shopping, and you wouldn't have to worry about cooking. So yeah, that was
That's a really
one.
good one. I
Yeah.
did not think of anything like that. I'm like kicking myself. I wish I would have.
I don't know. That's one that came to mind. It's a struggle, man.
My first one is, I feel like it's vague, so maybe you could help me put it more into words.
I will help you.
I don't want to say like, oh, I wish I had an unlimited amount of money, but that would be nice. But I feel like that's I don't know. I don't want to go with that route. I think it would be nice to have an unlimited amount of funding for different business ideas, because Ben knows that I'm like, my brain's always working, and I like to come up with like different ideas and stuff for businesses.
Yeah.
There's like one in particular, I'm not going to like go into detail. They're my business ideas. I'm not going to share this. But like a nonprofit. Like I would love to start a nonprofit. And other things like that. Like I think it'd be fun I know it's a ton of work, but it'd be fun to do a clothing line as well. And I know a really good graphic designer. I was actually talking to her the other day, and she said she had never thought of doing a clothing line, but her designs are super cool. And I always could see them whenever I see her post her work. I could see them on t-shirts. and I mentioned like I was like, hey, like if I were ever to do that in the future, if I get the funding like from savings or whatnot, or and she said she thought that'd be really cool. She's like, hit me up. She's like, 'cause she doesn't like the business side of it, and that's what I majored in, and so and I have some experience in that side of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess just like if I could have
so kind of
unlimited funding to just be able to start any of my business ideas.
How about, okay, yeah, I mean, you could say that, for sure. I would say that kind of sounds, so when you have a business idea, there's automatically going to be funding for it and no risk.
Absolutely, yeah, obviously, because when you start a business, you have to have money, and for virtually any business, it's hard to think of one that you wouldn't really, unless you have absolutely no overhead. I'm not going to get into it, but but
let's talk business, man.
Yeah, so so there'd be no risk to you because you're not going to lose anything.
No risk,
and
yeah.
You could
But that doesn't mean
top-notch
But
people.
so would you want your wish to be like it would always be successful? Well, I mean, obviously you want it to be successful, but you'd want it to be like organically successful, not because you wish for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's part of the fun is like the drive of trying to.
But always funding, no risk, but potential that your idea could possibly fail.
Yeah.
But then you have the next idea, and the funding's there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good wish.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably go hungry because I won't have time to make my meals, and I don't have infinite meals like Ben. But
you could, maybe my wish would carry over where you could come over and it would know that you're there, and it would provide the meal for you. I don't know.
So I just move into like one of Ben's spare bedrooms.
Yeah. There you go. That's good. My second one would be, I've always had, we've mentioned it on here before, but I'm in this I'm in a folk rock band, right? And it's a dream of mine to play at Red Rocks Amphitheater. And I don't want to just wish for like automatic, kind of similar. I don't want to wish for like automatic success where all of a sudden we're like going on tour or something. But I would love it if my wish would be that our band got booked at Red Rocks Amphitheater, that the amphitheater was sold out, and randomly everyone knew our songs that we were playing at Red Rocks Amphitheater. And yeah, that's what I'd wish for. And then, but the hope would be that would kind of like kickstart something. Yeah. Something bigger. But I wouldn't want to just say, oh, I wish that we were as successful.
Like
I don't want to.
You want to work for it.
You do.
Yeah.
It's not as rewarding if you don't work for it. If it's just handed to you. That's actually kind of similar to yours in a way. So, but that's a dream of mine, playing at Red Rocks. And if you know what Red Rocks, do you know what Red Rocks is? Have you heard of it?
I've seen the photos.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like in this.
Tell them.
It has natural acoustics, and it's built into like this into a mountain essentially, and it has natural acoustics with the mountain, and it's incredible. So I actually haven't seen a show there, but there's a lot of bands. It's a big deal. A lot of bands have like documentaries of their concerts there and live albums from there, and so yeah, that's my second one.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah, definitely. I like it.
I feel like I'm still kind of coming up with these on the fly. I think my next wish would be the ability to help people, but not like cheesy, over the top, like I said, we're not going to wish we all want world peace. I'm not going to wish for world peace, but like just I guess the people around me. So I'm not like obligated to go like save the entire world, But like anyone around me, if they're going through something, they're upset, or like, there's a situation in the community or something like that. Like whether it be like not necessarily, it doesn't even necessarily have to be that ability where I can be like, Ben's sad, I put my hand on Ben, and Ben feels better. But like maybe it's problem solving, or it can be. But yeah, just the ability to somehow. Now that I'm saying it, it sounds like I wish I had the ability to make change, and anyone can make change. So let that be a lesson to everyone.
Making change with no effort, though.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That's not bad.
So that I can do it without, because obviously if you're trying to help like everyone in your life, that can take a mental toll.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're putting all that on yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, mentally. Be able to do that without a goal. It's not like I hang out with a bunch of people who are just like struggling.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be a nice one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
My last one would be my somewhat of a, I guess my lavish one would be, I would wish for no house payment but we get a new house, like a big house, but have a ton of property, and it's just paid off, and we just get to live there. That's it. That's it. I guess we would still have to pay for utilities, huh? No, I would wish for that too. That would not be part of it.
Why the hell not?
We live there for free. I don't know. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to have land. It'd be cool to have like a bunch of animals and not have to worry about paying for it.
You kind of took my third one, actually. So I'm going to switch it. I'm going to say my third one will be that I wish Ben's band plays at Red Rock.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I need all the wishes.
Yeah. But no, I in all honesty, it would be kind of along the lines of what Ben said. You'd have like a big property. You don't have to pay like property taxes on. But I would change it. I do want a wraparound porch.
Okay.
Never had a wraparound porch. That'd be cool to hang out.
That would be cool.
Especially in like the summer and the weather's nice, like cooling, like summer nights, hanging out. Maybe you could film a podcast from the front porch.
Oh, heck yeah. It'd be cool too if our big houses were close to, like, not super close. But
maybe have like a zip line.
Oh, yeah.
Connected, and then maybe an underground tunnel also.
Yes.
And then we can also...
Your house could have a huge pool, and my house could have the water slide.
That'd be fun.
But it would be a really big water slide.
Yeah, the world's biggest.
Yeah.
Probably. We could charge admission.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun. But then that would because we always have to like kind of travel to work on stuff.
Maybe we could also foster a community of hamsters and then create hamster tunnels between the houses for like miles.
That's amazing.
Although I think that might be too far for the hamsters to travel. And
Maybe.
In the summer heat, they learn to start baking in the tubes.
Yeah, we can have a halfway point, like water along.
Hire an engineer.
Yeah.
Put air conditioning units into the tunnels.
Why hamsters?
I don't know, because they go through the tubes.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you imagine having having acreage and a wild population of what are they? Hamsters are like little mice. So the hamsters, but they're all in balls.
Do you have a hamster? You don't have. I know you don't have a hamster.
No, never had a hamster.
Do you want one?
Not really. Can you imagine? Just acreage and just like everywhere. There's like little hamsters.
Someone just kind of
in their balls, just kind of rolling.
Because in this scenario, I'm imagining our houses are like kind of a little far apart, but like surrounded by probably like wooded areas. So I don't know. That's what I'm picturing. But can you imagine if someone just stumbled into like our property and then they just saw like a bunch of hamsters rolling around? Yeah. They'd probably think they like were high or something.
I mean, if they're wandering out in the woods, maybe they are.
Yeah, maybe that'd be funny. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people would probably have that on their wish.
Mm-hmm.
No house payment. Just a big house, and this is a good one.
That is a good one. That's a really good one. So, one thing we don't have to wish for is this beer, because we already have it.
You do.
And now that I took a sip and opened up, you want to take a sip? We've mentioned this before on our show that you can easily be influenced in what you're smelling or what you're tasting based off of what someone else says, or like if Ben were to say, "Oh, I don't know, this tastes like pine cone." Have you ever licked or eaten a pine cone?
Probably.
Yeah, so Ben would know.
Mm-hmm.
I might be more inclined to be like, "Oh, I see where you're getting the pine cone from," but might not really be there. But yeah, so that's why I was telling him to take a sip and try it. He's aware.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you know what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I'm honestly getting a little bit more of a, I want to say like a smooth or not as dark of a chocolate, but also a little bit of like something roasted in there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pinpoint what exactly that is. And maybe that's
maybe like roasted coffee.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of, I don't know if maybe that could be coming from the barrel. But yeah, it's something roasted. Like, yeah, I would compare it to like a coffee, like a roasted bean. But it's almost more of like slight notes of milk chocolate too. On the tail end for me. A little bit creamier.
Mm-hmm.
Sweeter chocolate.
Did any of the aroma change for you, possibly? Or is that all kind of the same?
For me, it's all pretty much the same, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are you getting?
I was gonna say I was actually gonna say I'm getting a little bit of roasted coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is like really subtle, and I like very subtle, like I would say chocolate covered cherry, but the cherry is pretty subtle, and on the aroma for me, I kind of started like a really dark red wine.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting that.
Are you talking about like a red wine, or are you talking maybe a port?
Probably a port. I think I'm thinking of a port. Mm-hmm. But on the aroma it's making me think of wine on that. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it has that oaky flavor for sure in the bourbon. But the flavor was kind of like roasted coffee.
I mean, it's kind of comparable. We're kind of getting the same thing now. Mm-hmm. A little bit of roasted. But yeah, I am getting a little bit sweeter. I think more on the back end, like a silky milk. I don't want to necessarily say milk chocolate. It's not like super sweet milk chocolate. But like a smoother, slightly sweeter chocolate.
Like a less not as bitter.
Not as bitter. Yeah. It doesn't seem as much of a dark chocolate to me anymore. Mm-hmm. But it's really good. It's really good. And obviously you still get the bourbon and some oak notes as well from that barrel. This is a really good beer. Mm-hmm. Once again, we're drinking Infinite Wishes from Smog City Brewing in Torrance, California, which resides within Los Angeles County. Very good brewery. Check them out. They have a cool indoor area. They have.
I was going to ask you if you.
Yeah, they have art on a lot of the barrels, which is cool. And then they have a partially covered at least, outdoor patio with picnic tables and stuff. So it's a cool setup.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's actually very close to Monkish, which is a bonus.
Yeah, that is.
Monkish is really good too. So you got two breweries that are incredible and very close.
Are they pretty different too in beers that they release?
I've only been to Smog City once.
Well, I know, but like, are they mostly doing barrel aged stuff, or are they kind of pretty diverse?
They're pretty diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when I went, I had, I believe, an IPA, and I remember specifically I had a pretty solid sour from them. And their fridge was a lot of barrels, or not a lot of barrels, a lot of bottles was in their fridge versus a lot of cans.
Yeah.
When I was there.
Now thinking of it, I mean, any brewery, like all the popular breweries, they're all pretty diverse because they kind of have to be.
Yeah.
Just to appeal to all the different drinkers or what people prefer. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to keep on drinking this incredible bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout from Smog City Brewing. Go give them a follow on social media. They're on Instagram, Facebook, you name it, they're on it. That might not be true, but they're on the major platforms. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure that there's some really weird, vague social platforms out there.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a Tinder. But yeah, Instagram, Facebook.
I've never been on Tinder.
Well, that's because we both got.
I know, but like, what is it?
That was a thing.
I know what it is, but is it?
It's dating.
No, so if you pick
or hookups, I don't know.
If you match with something, I don't know if you swipe left or swipe right.
I don't know.
But if you match, however you match with something, I would do that for this barrel-aged Imperial Stout.
Swipe right, I think is good.
I have no idea.
I feel like I've heard people say, "Oh yeah, swipe right." I'd swipe right on that, and I'd swipe right on this.
But I've also heard swipe left.
Maybe that's okay. We'd swipe the proper way to say we want.
We want to get to know this beer a little bit more.
Yeah, we're interested in getting to know this beer. But yeah, go check them out. Thanks for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. If you're only listening, feel free to still go subscribe on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Feel free to rate, subscribe on any of the major podcast platforms, whatever your favorite one is. Subscribe on there, and then follow us on social media. At Original Brew Collective on Instagram and Facebook, and then Twitter is at Brew Original. Thanks again for joining us. We're gonna keep on.
Yes, we are.
Sipping this. I mean, this is 14.2%. So it's starting to slur a little bit. I promise I'm not intoxicated. Yeah. We're gonna keep on sipping this incredible beer. Thanks for joining us, and cheers.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.